if selling your home didn't have to mean months of showings, repairs, and uncertainty? For a time-sensitive sale, there's a different path, one that's flexible and surprisingly simple. The team at Bobby Buys Homes aims to offer a solution that brings speed, clarity, and a fresh start without the headaches. Let's welcome owner Bobby Peterson. Hey, Bobby, thanks for joining us today.
Hi, yeah, thanks for having me.
Yes, happy to have you on. Okay, so Bobby, I mean, your service is kind of like a lifeline for sellers who can't or maybe even don't want to play that waiting game that comes with selling a home. So what are the most common situations where your service helps the most?
Yeah, definitely a great question. Tired landlords can be one. I'm a landlord myself, and I'm well aware of the challenges that it comes with having tenants, repairs, insurance issues in California right now.
Yeah.
So that's definitely a big one. Inherited properties tends to be a big one, whether it's probate or trust, or they inherited an asset. Maybe it was their house they grew up in, and it's not in its best condition. Maybe there's a lot of junk or something like that, and they don't necessarily want to put the house on the market, and they don't want that publicity and neighbors and looky-loos and stuff like that.
Right.
So maybe they're looking for a quick, easy, off-market solution.
Yeah.
And then the last one, again, like mainly top three, financial issues, right? If it's pre-foreclosure, they're back on bills, or there's code violations, they can't make some of the repairs that are required. Those are kind of the main three.
Yeah, common scenarios that happen that you're able to assist with. And on top of that, I mean, you've been a realtor for over a decade, Bobby. So how has that experience shaped how you approach buying homes today?
Yeah, 10 years has flown by. Been flipping houses for about 8 or 9 years, but I am a realtor, a licensed realtor. So giving me perspective on both sides. I've been on the side where I've tried to talk a seller till they're blue in the face to list a property, and they don't want to. They're looking for the off-market, easier solution. They don't want the open houses. They don't want the uncertainty. So truly understanding, like, what's the best option for the individual. And you know, ultimately it comes down to 3 pillars we often talk about: is price, convenience, and timeline. So if they want price, then yes, they top price, you probably should get on the market and fix the house up a little bit. If you're looking for convenience, where you don't have open houses, you don't have repair requests, you don't have maybe credits that a buyer could be requesting, you don't have the appraisal and the lender requirements, then you're going a quicker route. And then also obviously timeline, right? The market is very uncertain right now. 60 to 90 days at times it could take a house when it goes on the market to being sold. And then there's all the prep to get the house ready to go on the market in a condition that that seller's comfortable with showing to the public. So.
Yeah. Bobby, you're giving us all the facts. What would you say is the biggest myth people have about selling off market?
Yeah, for sure. I guess the main one would be, like, you buy a house, you fix it up, and everything else is profit.
Yeah.
There's more that goes into it. You know, when we buy properties, we're often paying all the closing costs on the buy side. So there's no commissions for the realtor side. There's no taxes, escrow, anything like transfer tax, anything like that.
Yeah.
So we take care of the acquisition costs. There's carrying costs at times, whether it's utilities, again, taxes. Sometimes there's a loan or something like that to take care of on the carrying cost side. And then to resell the property, there's paying a realtor, right? There's the time involved with marketing the property. There's the closing costs on that side. So there's more that goes into it than just rehab, and then the rest is profit. So there's a few moving parts that we've experienced with doing almost 200 fix and flip transactions, that we're well aware of the market shifting and interest rate rises and everything going on. It's challenging, so there's more to it at times.
Yeah, and it's good to just have that awareness. Some of us don't know that, so you bringing that to the forefront, it's like, okay, that makes a lot of sense. How would you say, Bobby, you rebuild trust with homeowners who've had a bad experience or who've seen negative media portrayal?
Yeah, for sure. And it goes both sides, right? Some people dislike realtors and they don't want to work with them. They think they're getting paid too much. Making sure they understand what their options are and ultimately giving them different options and solutions, right?
Yeah.
We can just offer them a cash offer and make it easy, quick, and however they want to close it, right? We've also partnered with sellers at times where we invest if they're on title, or we'll both go on title and fix the house up. They'll get a higher net offer potentially. And then the last one is, we list the property, right? So giving them multiple options, I think builds trust.
Yeah.
And ultimately, oftentimes they're calling to not put the house on the market. So hearing them through whatever's going on, trying to help them accomplish their goal, whether it is moving out of the area or just getting rid of a property they don't like, ultimately just helping in that regard.
Okay, all helpful information. Bobby, thanks for joining us today.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Of course, I'm going to let our viewers know where they can go for more information. You can discover the faster way to sell your home. For more information, visit bobbybuyshomes.com or you can call 916-908-5247.